Hey guys, thank you so much for joining Life After the L Word.
Hey y'all, what's up? It's Jay.
And this is Cece. And today we're going to talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Okay.
Y'all get it. We about to get into it.
Yes.
Nasty, freaky, all of that stuff. But we're really going to talk about and open up with the conversation about how you can still have great sex in a marriage, in a relationship, with children, without children, busy life, all of that scenario.
Yes. So if you've been paying attention to us from our first podcast, then you know we have 7 kids.
Seven. So you know I know about sex.
Do too much. Okay. So that means that it can be very difficult for us to be intimate without somebody knocking on our door, wanting, like, I don't know what it is about when adults have sex, like kids knock on the door for nothing at all. Mom, can you tell me how much water it takes to fill me up?
Yeah, I promise you, it's like my 11-year-old becomes like this scientist as soon as I'm getting good, like knocking on the door. I just want to know about the molecular struggle. You know what, sir? You got these. You don't want to know. You know what we're doing in here. You feel me? Like it is. It is. I don't know if they know what's going on, but they know we're having quiet time, or they know that we're being separate. And I know, like most of us, our children want to be a part of everything, and you're not going to be a part of this. So what my wife and I discuss about is like spending time. We have older kids as well, and we tell them, okay, we tap them in. Like we tap them in either helpfully or I say forcefully helpfully. Like we need you to be a part of this. Give us some space and some time. Not what we're doing, but listen, pay attention to the young ones because we just want some time. If you can't go nowhere, and it's kind of crazy right now. So if you can't go anywhere, you're gonna have to make your home and your bedroom, your sanctuary sometimes.
Okay. So, one of the things that we try to do to spice up our sex life, which I mean, we're intimate just about every day, right? So one of the things that we do is like we let go of any inhibitions that society places on us.
That's true.
So I'm not gonna say we do everything because clearly some things I'm just not gonna do.
Because I try.
Because he tried, and it's a no. But what I do like is that we like role playing. Like I absolutely love to play. I mean, different role playing things. Like I think sometimes we'd be like too embarrassed, but you should not be embarrassed to role play with the person that you go to bed with like every night.
And I get it, yo, but y'all got to look at this. Like we watch like movies, we see all kinds of things, and we have all kinds of fantasies. And the thing about these role plays is you're not going to be doing this like all the time. These are like just kind of what you're throwing in the mix to kind of spice up your relationship. It's not wrong with being that that dirty nurse or that African goddess. Zimbabwe, let our powers combine.
Oh my God. Y'all, what am I gonna do with this man?
But I digress or digest.
So, and then listen, on the negative side, or because I have been telling like this is gonna be a sex talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Definitely.
So I know a lot of people have issues talking to their sexual partner about not satisfying them.
Yeah, to be honest, and I was thinking about this. If y'all check out our old podcast, I had a different take, but now I have another take about it. And so for me, like being a young man, we really don't talk about sex to the young guys or whoever we look up to. They kind of just tell us like, it is what it is, and you're forceful. They like, we're told what y'all like at a very early age, and then it's like, not to be crass, but it's porn. And so, so basing on porn and then being told like this is how it goes, I just don't believe that we're connecting. We're jackrabbits when you're young. You're just going for it, and it's not until you get older. It's like, yo, you could tell the girl yawning in the middle of it. You can tell certain things like I'm not doing it, and y'all, I'm a big time, and so. But I don't hit it out the park all the time.
Right.
And the honest truth of it is, we're so close that when she tell me, it go like, yo, I didn't appreciate it because I'm human, right? But I know the next time it's going to be something different. It's going to be something better. So having an open, honest conversation about satisfying, that stigma that it's just good all the time. It's not good. We get on each other's nerves. We don't vibe the same. Our children get on our nerves. We're tired. It's all kinds of reasons why they don't vibe. And so you owe your people to tell them that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell them.
So my best friend, Oh, I sounded real country when I said that, didn't I?
My best friend. You sound like Egypt.
I sound like our youngest daughter.
God,
she said this. She called me CC the Stallion. Girl, you have no idea. Okay. So
I do.
Yeah, you do. Okay, and then so you brought up an interesting fact. Like we don't always give our best, and it's also it could be for different reasons. Like for us, we do have a house full of kids, and I'm always ripping and running more than him outside the house.
Right.
So I'm always more tired than he is.
Yeah, because I'm ready for it all the time.
Oh my God, y'all. Thank God I got my tubes tied.
I've been trying to untie them.
Okay.
In my penis.
That's just see what you do? Yeah, I don't know why he's trying that because y'all, we had 3 kids back to back, like 2014, 2015, and 2016. I stayed pregnant, swear to God, for 3 years in a row.
That's right.
A chick was tired. Like when they said to me, "Do you want to get your tubes tied?" Yes.
Yeah, we were good.
I'm not gonna miss that appointment. I will be there.
Yeah, just tell me about it.
Yeah. And so you just have to have those uncomfortable conversations when it comes to being intimate. Like he's had to tell me like, okay, see, you're not doing your best. Like you're just laying there. And y'all, I was laying there because I was tired. So I had to let him know, like, listen, this is what my schedule is. Like I'm up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning.
For no reason sometimes.
Right. For no reason, just because I'm used to it. I'm ripping and running. Right. I'm driving everywhere, doing this and that. Yeah. Sometimes I just don't feel like it. So what me and him had to do was we had to come up with a time, and it sounds crazy, right? Because sex is supposed to be spontaneous. You got to get that out your head when you have a full schedule and children. Right. Sex can still be good, especially if it's planned. Yeah. Because if it's planned, like you said earlier, we have older kids, older teenagers. Yeah. It's like, okay, y'all got to deal with the babies today or tonight. It's me and your dad's night.
Absolutely.
Right.
And it's important. What I love what you're saying is about having a convo. But see, sometimes we get caught up in saying like, okay, like listen, I'm gonna have a conversation. The point is, you might not like what's going to be said. Like when I'm asking her, like, yo, why are you being like that? And she gives me a reason. I'm not happy for it. You know what I'm saying? Because I want her to just say, selfishly, I just want her to say, okay, I got you. I'm gonna be straight. But, now old enough, it's like, okay, cool. That's why I went that bad. So now I make sure to try to put myself in a better position and so that she wants it. Because that's the whole goal of it, y'all. We're all mature enough to say now, like, we want both each other to get theirs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if you don't, you're not at our level. And we can talk down to y'all. But that's not what we're saying. We're saying, like, communicate. Listen to what that person says, and it might not be what you expected. I'm listening. I don't expect anything because I do satisfy the customers. You know what I'm saying? But she lets me know I don't hit it out the park all the time, and she's that honest that it'd be like I'm gonna cry in the car.
And I hear how he just said he satisfies the customers. That's why I make sure when he don't satisfy me to go ahead and let him know so he can control his ego.
She's right about that though.
Yeah. Oh, and then also, like, one of the things we do, and we're actually doing this Saturday, is that we go to a hotel, a different scenery, and we're guaranteed, of course, that the kids won't bother us.
And of course, let me say this: that we're going, we make sure we do all the things to protect ourselves because we're coming back to our kids. So we do those things, but at the same time, we knew, like, especially with us, the school year starting, that things have gotten, strenuous. And so those are those times where, like, we think about each other and go, like, you know what, this is what we need. A lot of times we might get selfish because I'm different. Like with my stress level, good or bad, I kind of want to get it in. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't work that way. It depends on the mood. So it's like you really got to read and listen to them. As being young, we all are attracted to our bodies and our emotions. It's all connected. We really don't. But the older we get, the more then it is about a connection. Mm-hmm. I realize that now.
Especially because me and you've been messing with each other off and on for like 20 plus years.
I mean, my initials are in it because
oh my God,
Jay.
So inappropriate, right. And so a lot of people feel like, oh my God, how y'all keep this? We just do different things. Like we will watch porn together. Yeah. Not necessarily right. Just hell, why not? We grow. Right. And of course, I talked about role play, but then I'm also gonna throw this out here, and I know a lot of people, or especially men, are gonna be like, "Oh my God, ew!" But listen, y'all can wear sexy clothes too now. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not saying you do.
I'm not saying it like that.
Where it doesn't have to always be on the woman. Like, let me tell you what I love to see because I like thugs. So I love to see my husband. I like to see him put on his white beater. I like to see him.
I mean, we ain't telling all our stuff.
Put on his jeans, and then I'll be like, and his Jordans or Air Force Ones, and I'll be like, go stand against the wall.
I stand on the wall right now. She be melting, but this stuff we have in business. And I got certain things about her. So what I would say is like, there are some dudes out here that like, if you match all the way down to your Jordans, you're probably the kind of dude that was gonna dress up and do all that kind of stuff. She ain't gonna get that from me, but she gonna, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna do something. Like if she like a certain shirt, she like the way I do my hat or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna step out. Like you don't have, like it's weird. Like sometimes we get in these concepts like, yo, I got to do this big thing. Now do something small. Do something that you normally like. If you're not a really kisser, then kiss. If you're not really a cuddler, then cuddle a little bit. Not forever, just do a little bit. Your people should know like that's not really what they do, and I appreciate the fact that you stepping yourself out there.
Yeah, and I do love that. Like I am. Well, it's kind of like roles have reversed because when we first got together, I was more of a cuddler than he was. But I adapted, so now he's more of a cuddler than I am. And I put on some weight, so I tend to get hot now. So I'll be like, okay.
That's juice everywhere.
See how he loves me, y'all? I just love this man. Okay. So now I at least try to give him 5 to 10 minutes of cuddle time because
I'm not gonna get it at all.
He's not gonna get it at all. And I appreciate the fact that he appreciates that and that he values that. And that's another conversation.
Another thing.
Yes. It's a light skin thing. Anyway, so that's also another part of the conversation we need to have too, is making sacrifices for that other person sexually or romantically. Like I said, I get hot easily, but in our house can be like really cold and I'm still hot. So it's no longer like, oh my God, Cece, you don't love me. It's more like, you know what? Just give me 5 minutes.
Right.
And then we're good. Like I hear no complaints.
But to be honest, originally it was like, when you're different, like if I got that from other females and I was used to it, the fact that you didn't do it, it was kind of like, like what you got going on, or like, you know what I'm saying? There was some weird things that I'm saying it out loud because I think sometimes we can interpret things instead of just asking, like, and then it was like, she was like, and she would be like, Jay, I'm just hot. Like, and that's just the matter of fact of it. It's like, there's no more emotion to it. It's just that. But in my head, it's like, yo, I know you be cuddling with somebody else back then, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm making it more than what it is, I think.
Yeah.
And we can.
Yeah. And so now, y'all, let's get to this whole sexual position.
Oh yeah. Let's get to the big oh Lord, oh nah, oh more. Let's talk about how you can really satisfy. And what I thought about for my fellas is that like we're probably more connoisseurs when it comes to porn, right? The problem that we have, I think, is that we want the female to do it. But there's some tricks and stuff that the homeboys be doing. Like you're not gonna get your girl to do like 9 different things because she got a job and she got responsibility. Dude, that's for the anniversary. That's for you did the right thing and that's for some extra money. You're not getting that every day. So first, let's kill that. So once we get that out the way, then you start freaking because sometimes I come in there and do a super spin on C like doo. She don't know what to do. I'll be like, Matrix.
Yeah. I don't even have a face to make when he does his super tricks. Like I have no face. But you did bring up interesting piece because when you say like, I think because men typically watch porn before women do, okay?
With visual.
Yeah, you're visual, right. Yeah. So men have this concept like, oh, I want a girl who can do this and this and this because they're watching porn, not thinking like, yo, she's getting paid to do that.
And look, Paul will play modest, like and she ain't been the only one. She ain't been but she's the last woman, obviously, to tell me something. But it's like I've been hearing that all the time. Like, you be like, why don't you do that? I see a girl doing flips, this, that, and the third. And I've been with C. Like, we've done a lot of different things. Now, but I sit back and it's like, yo, she's not fit to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's not fit to 69, flip over, do a sideways, blink at me and breathe hot fire. Like, she's not fit to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? And I think once you get those realistic goals, and find where your woman's strength is, and then that's how you connect, and you will get freaky. Like sometimes our stuff, I don't think we're gonna get down to the dirty, and then we be like down to the dirty because we connected. That connection, y'all, is the biggest thing I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, and it is a big thing. Yeah. Being able to connect with a person that you're intimate with on a daily basis. Like, I don't mean your F buddies or your homie lover friend. I mean somebody that you're with in a relationship with for a certain time period or whatever.
Yeah, we ain't talking about your side salad. We talking about that main course.
Yes, the main course.
Yeah, we talking about
that. I think too, it's like we said, an emotional connection. Because like I said, me and Jay have been messing with each other on and off for 20 years. We've been married for 5 years. And I know for me, it's a connection we have, like just the kissing and the passion and looking into each other's eyes.
And we know each other's stuff. We talk to each other. We say the stuff that go get, like, pay attention. There's stuff that you hit that get that Niagara Fall splash type of thing. There's things. There's breathing. There's rub some. It's going behind the ear. There's doing those things. There's certain things that you know. And if you really put the time in it, you know what I'm saying, then you're going to get that reward. If you don't, then you're going to get that. That's just how it is.
And you brought up another, like, yes, y'all. We do dirty talk. Like, I'm not gonna tell you everything we say.
Yeah, but if you don't, try to dabble in it. Now don't be in that more like, take this down. Don't scare nobody. We ain't saying that, but it's a way you can say it to somebody. You can look at them and say.
See what I'm saying? That's how we got all these kids. I swear to God. But yeah, I definitely love doing the nasty talk, the sex talk. Like, I'm trying not to say my stuff right now. But I love that we have that connection and that we're not afraid to do that. Yeah, because guess what, guys? Nobody's going to hear it but you and him, and you and her, whoever you're with. It's just y'all two.
And mind you, we're not having a conversation about this. It's not like it's not going down like, Jay, I'm about to say this to you. That's not what's happening. It just happens. And then it's like, oh, okay, this is where we're at. And what I do is I match it, or she matches it. And what we're saying is match each other's energy, because when you don't, then you're going to get left behind. Or somebody's not going to be satisfied.
Yeah. Babe, so somebody is asking us, what's your sign?
Mine?
Yeah, do you know?
Yeah, I'm a Libra.
Okay, so he's a Libra.
Because I balance everything.
I'm a Cancer. In case y'all were wondering.
You can take it how it is.
And thank you so much, Joe. Yes, this is definitely, like, this is my heart right here.
Yeah, and absolutely.
We have so many conversations about not just black love. Well, yeah, black love, because we're a black couple. Right. But we just want...
But love, too. But, like everything.
Yeah. And to us, like, I know a lot of people say sex is not important, but for us...
That's not the truth. Y'all not having good sex. I mean,
is that what it is? Is that what people say who don't have good sex?
Yeah, they don't know it, or they're not being honest. Y'all serious, because it's not that big of a deal. You ain't had it right.
Yeah, exactly.
It is a bigger deal.
Now, especially if you're young. Like,
that's why I don't want my children to have it.
That's why you don't want the baby. Yeah. I'm not ready for that either. I don't want anybody in this house to have it. But
no, thank you.
We were grown, so
we made it grown. So definitely. But yeah, so it's the conversation, which is awkward. It was awkward the first time that I heard that I didn't hit it out the park. I believe that I do, because that's how I move, but that's not necessarily. We might get caught in how big or how small we are, what we do, and not what we're doing. And so that's the difference. Well, the older I got, and the more that a woman was open and saying, like, that wasn't good, you know what I'm saying? When you finish doing it and she on her phone, or she talking, or she just, then it's, those are those things.
Those are the signs.
Those are the signs. Those are the signs. That yawn and them blinking it twice. Like, and let me just say this, because I don't think nobody really talks about it, but the reality is both sex fake sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, fake coming. Men fake coming. Dudes fake coming. I'm going to keep it really
how do men explain this to me?
Easy. The same way y'all do it.
How?
How do you do it? Shivering, your eyes, winking, whatever you're doing, it's fake. That's how we do it. We acting. Actresses. What do you mean how we do it? That's what I'm saying.
I swear I didn't even know men could fake it, because so you guys can make this stuff go hard and soft. Like, with a woman, you can't. But see, you gotta understand, you're an exception.
I am, man.
Yeah, I'm not even bragging, because I wouldn't have been dealing with this man.
Lord.
Okay, for this long with his stuff if he won't exception to their rule. But I can't understand how men can fake it. Like,
don't worry about it. But yeah, so what I'm saying is that if it's not good or it's not good, or a man will stop fast, like a man stopping fast and just going like, yo, I'm straight, like in the intro, not in the medium, but the intro. When a man stops like that, man, then you probably got some basura.
So Joe is like, you can't fake come. Exactly, Joe. A man can. So how are y'all doing? Like,
listen, if I wasn't where I'm at, you can and you do. So if a woman can, then why can't a man? Is there a certain power and button that you click on? That's the button. Y'all go to school for it. It's a class. This is how you do it. Like, so we missed it. Come on, man.
How do you do that? Because so y'all still be after if you fake it, y'all still be hard.
I mean, listen, when you're hard and you're doing it right,
mm-hmm.
And so does it go? I don't know. Does it go soft after you come? My stays. Hard.
I said you're an exception.
Okay, so how are you gonna tell with me if I stay hard?
Okay.
So how is it not possible?
Who said we? It was probably my cousin who said we can act. Okay, so that's a conversation.
Thank you. So we getting off track, but I just want to put that. That's that asterisk. When y'all think y'all playing us, y'all getting played too. We playing each other now. What?
My cousin said Oscar award. Clearly, that's an Oscar award. I can't even process how you able to do that. So hats off to the men who can fake it and have us thinking we done gave them some bombs.
Oh yeah. We walk. Listen, let me tell you how really it go when it ain't like that. We saying whatever and we leave it and we're actually gonna go. Y'all got us excited enough. We're gonna go and bang the one that can make us go. but I digest.
Excuse me. Now I can believe that. I can believe that right there.
Oh, it's not that complicated.
Oh my God. So Joe, we learned something new today.
I'm sorry.
And we have somebody in the back what he's saying. I never knew you could do that.
Yeah. Just gotta believe in yourself.
Apparently. So what else you want to say about the whole about sex? Like I think you just should be more open and you know what?
I just think there's a lot of if fellas don't understand why they're doing certain things, if you're just doing a certain way, and a lot of times I like certain positions over what you like.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
And so that's my focus point. Like that's my move. Like I like this. You know what I'm saying? And you like just not feeling it. And I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna make you feel it. Maybe I'm not, but that's just not your cup of tea. So when you're stuck on something that you want and not what we want, then that's why it just that one person get it.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that too. So knowing the uncomfortable positions that your mate may have definitely helps. So for me, like after I put on this weight, I no longer felt comfortable riding. Yeah. Like I didn't. I was just like, I'm not doing this right. I'm gaining too much weight.
It was crazy. It was like she was acting like this was foreign. Like she didn't know where to put her hands. Like she was driving a stick shift. Like, ma'am, you have done this before. Just get yourself on, flip on this thing, and let's go. But that wasn't how it was going. It's like, Jay, what? Jay, stop calling my name. What's happening?
So he didn't understand it at first, and then finally, like I said, part of having sex with somebody you love is having those uncomfortable conversations. And I had to say, listen, my problem is that I've gained this weight, and I don't feel like you enjoy it like you used to when I was much smaller. Right. And at first he couldn't get it, but then
I didn't want to get it.
He didn't. Right.
That's the truth of the
matter. I
didn't want to get it because I personally like that position, right? And so I just can't get past that. I like that position. And then when I would tell you like, yo, you are good on this position, but that didn't matter. That's not how you felt. When I finally let go of that thing, you surprised me a lot more times now. I've gotten that more than just whining about you. Like, man, are you going to do it? And then asking you to do it, your mindset changes. Everything, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because it's not really what you want to do. I'm fine. I'm going to do it, but that's not my heart or my body's not into it. And both of them got to be in it if you really want to do it.
And so when we had that conversation, like you said, you didn't want to hear it. But eventually, it's like, I don't know what happened if you had a conversation with yourself, but eventually you got it. It was like, I get. So now, guys, we don't have that problem because now I've been able to get over my weight gain because ultimately I do what I do and I do what I do well. So then it's just better now. We do now. I'm not gonna go. We do a whole lot in the bedroom. I'm not gonna give you all the details.
That's too much. It's a book. It's
but
1995.
If your partner isn't comfortable with a position and you demand them do that, it's just making it worse for them.
Right. And guess what? Girls are spiteful. They'll do it and just look at you. She'll look at me like a fish. Just stare at me. like it's like, you know what? This was my lesson. So if you don't want interaction or you want something fake, then get what you just want. Or if you want something better, then just like with a relationship, it is sacrifice. It is give and take. It is 50-50. Sometimes it's going to be on me. Sometimes it's going to be on her. If once you really get that concept, then it's really not a problem. You really figure it out. You don't figure it out when you stand on what you stand on, and you don't want to be moved.
Yeah, it's so. I think sex is such an important part of at least me and your relationship, especially because we have so many kids and we're doing so much.
Right.
Sex. It's different when you're just having sex with a random. Like with a random or somebody that you have assigned to be your homie loving friend, it's like, okay, well, you didn't hit it out of the park today, but it's no big deal because I can go somewhere else and get it. But if you're in a committed relationship or if you just don't want anybody else but that person, it could be a little bit more difficult because it could come between the two of y'all, especially if you guys don't have that conversation, that uncomfortable conversation.
And true.
And I definitely, for me and him, we had to have it because we have history and then we have children.
And then it does come apart. We all can't pretend like that doesn't change how you look at somebody when you don't get it or if it's not good. And so we really did have like conversations like what's really going on, because we do know each other, we do love each other, and there's something wrong and why we're not connected. And so even though you don't want to, that's the younger version of ourselves. Because when you're younger, you really don't think about the responsibilities or any other stuff that's going on in the world. You just think about those moments. And so that's why they happen so fast. The older you get, things change, your emotions change and how you feel. And so if you're not willing to figure out what's going on and not make it, I think we just make it a bigger deal. And a lot of times it's just having that conversation. You just don't want to, a lot of it is just that we don't want to talk about sex. It's something that's supposed to just be easy. But just like anything, it's just not. And everybody's different. The person that you've been doing it for 10 years and now you're moving on to a different relationship, that means you got to start all over. It means that you can't do your favorite move because you want to. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, CJ.
What's up, CJ?
And so that's really good. Yeah. I think people feel like, oh, well, the next person is going to satisfy me like the last person. But that person might have a different experience than what you're used to. And I hate to say it like this, but I feel like you have to teach each person that you're with how to please you for you. Because they're used to pleasing somebody else, if not themselves.
And I don't know about the fellas here, but it's something to me, like any woman that's willing to tell me what she like and what she want. Because the reality of it is, we're going to get ours regardless. You know what I'm saying? When it's good. If you're not faking. Oscar winning. Let this right. But if we are being like totally straight, another baby.
Thank God my tubes are tied.
I can reach them.
Oh my God. Y'all see what I got to go through? But okay, and then so before we end the show, we got to talk about something really real. The Tahiri and Joe Budden situation. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but it's come out that Tahiri said Joe Budden beat her and all this other things, which is, of course, horrible. And then Joe Budden's response was just like, listen, we were both toxic people. I've gotten therapy, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so when I was talking to Jay earlier about this situation, I'm sorry. Somebody just commented this should be your first objective to find out how to please her. Amen. Hallelujah. And thank you, Lord.
Okay, fine. I'm glad. Which one of that stepped into that ring? Okay, so that's your first objective. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so this is my cousin, and you said you should be this should be your first objective to find out how to exactly. Okay. Find out how to please, because if you don't, you're just selfish and you're out for yourself.
I don't know if it's your first objective, but I'm going to say something. I'm going to ask you too. Like at the end of the day, like when we're single with y'all or we're starting to learn y'all are so like on fire, right? We're so connected. So then it seems like the longer the relationship is, y'all tend to be we tend to be the same. So baby, we understand the objection or objector or whatever I'm trying to say. But do y'all like at the same time? I feel like y'all sometimes I feel like a woman can be passive aggressive and use sex against us. You know what I'm saying? And well, let me dive in. So I digest. I'm saying at the same time, like you're just like how you said, you know what I like. More often than not, isn't it easier to please a man than it is a woman?
For me. I mean, I don't know about
so
anybody
I'm
else.
saying that sometimes, you know what I'm saying, it's easier to please us and you choose not to because we didn't take the trash out. I'm just saying, or AKA anything. So,
but that to me, that's a two-way street because men could do the same thing. Now, yeah, y'all could definitely do the same thing. It takes two to enjoy sex. Like
I agree. I agree with to a degree, a small degree that is. I agree, but I'm saying like let me just say your cousin is right. We do need to know. I'm grown, so I'm grown and sexy. So obviously, my first thing is to please my woman in every way.
Y'all, please get this man.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. But I'm saying for the young cats that are just coming out here, they're gonna want a more 50-50. Now, when you are into a committed relationship and more of those kind of things, yeah, I do think you should want it or get it more. You know what I'm saying? You should figure out because at the end of the day, if you don't figure out, then you might as well be dry humping. So,
I think that sex can be a weapon.
It can be. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Right. It can definitely be a weapon. And so you have to use it wisely. Now, I'm just saying, like for me, I'm not gonna be wanting to have sex, this great, amazing sex with you if you done piss me off.
I know.
And you men want to bypass that.
Yeah, see, we could bypass that because it's like how we play hurt, we work hurt. Why can't we have sex hurt? You mad? Okay, well we'll be mad after I get me, and hopefully you got me. Can't you be mad and cream? Can't you?
I mean, I can, but why would I want to?
So that's spiteful.
So you want us to fake it for you?
Oh, that's not fake. If you're mad, it's the same thing as being happy. So why can't you just have?
How is mad the same thing as being happy?
Because it's an emotion. So why can't you be angry and have sex?
Y'all see what I'm talking about?
I'm saying it's two sides to a coin.
I swear. Anyway, so back to what I was saying.
Back to what you were saying.
So, Joe, I love the fact that Joe Budden came out, and we'll talk about this more on my show with my best friends. But I just love the fact that he said, you know, we were both toxic. So it reminded me, well, when we talked earlier this morning, you said it was like how me and you were.
Yeah, we were both toxic. And okay. So we can relate to it.
We can relate. Me, like, you know, if you know me and Jay, you know, we're always 100% real. We're always 100% honest with one another.
Definitely.
And anybody we talk to. So we used to be we used to be physical. Like,
yeah, you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it. You would think it was two dudes in there. Like, you would know, like, it could be me, it could be her. There could be a lot of different things. And so you had to get help. You got to talk about it. You got to figure out what's going on. You got to figure out what's wrong with you to become that way. And so those things were happening, and both of us were responsible.
Yeah, and that's what I liked about what Joe Budden said, for him to say, you know, like, we were both toxic. Yeah. And you know, just don't put this all on me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 100. I'm gonna say both sides of it.
Right. So, you know, he had a substance abuse problem, and typically, you know, when you deal with somebody with substance abuse problem or alcohol abuse, they can have blackouts, and they can definitely 9 out of 10 react violently. But I love the fact that he said, "But I got help." So me and Jay again, you know, it was two grown men. Y'all wouldn't know, but it was my husband is bigger than me, taller than me, but
it's verbally, it's right. It's a whole bunch of different
things. A different thing, and it just made us realize like how much we've grown. Mm-hmm. So if you're in a toxic relationship with somebody, like nor him would be the first to be like, you know, you gotta leave. Yeah, you have to do what's best for you. For me and him, what was best for us was to address it and go get help.
Right, like I said, because if it's really about love, or it's really about you really connected to that person, and something's going on, then you're gonna work through it. If it's not, if it's one person selfish and it's one person victimizing that person, then you just need to separate. The fact of the matter was, we had both changed and been in such a terrible spot that we had changed ourselves, and so we had to get back to who we are. This is who we are. Like, this is out silly, loving, and all of that. But toxic things can happen and make you toxic.
Yeah.
And so what we're saying is you have to address those things. So if you're in those kind of relationships, address those. If you drink too much, if anything triggers you out, there's a problem. If you all blame one person, then you need to look at yourself because it's not that way.
It's not just
it's
that
impossible.
Right.
It's impossible just to be, and if it's just that one person doing that, then you definitely should leave. But deep down, we're telling y'all to face the mirror, and face yourself, and face the things that you don't want to. A lot of times, what you need to do to heal is the ugly truth.
Yeah. And I'm gonna bring it back to sex in this way. We would go toe to toe, and then 2 seconds later we was freaking. Yeah. Like y'all don't even understand because somebody said make up sex. Joe said make up sex is the girl.
What? Listen. I be finished. I be having hair. Like yo, did I just go back in time? That's how good it is. You know.
It is really good.
It really is.
Woo!
Child.
But yeah, and makeup sex. Yeah, it's beautiful, like me and him. Yeah. But then we realized, like, okay, we got to stop having this makeup sex because we was not expecting the issue.
Right, it's not worth that. So it's like makeup sex in like a playful type of way, like playful type of arguments or disagreements or whatever you want to call it. But it should not be like toxic verbally and physically and then makeup sex because that's just something that you're entangling. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Whew. I'm ready to get some right now, y'all. I'm just gonna tell you the truth.
She is. I'm gonna get it.
I just love this conversation about sex. Like me and you, I just love having an open dialogue with you and being able to talk to you. Like you legit are one of my best friends. And so being able to talk to you about the good, the bad, and the ugly of sex is, to me, it's beautiful, guys. Like being able to address the person you love about the things that you find good or bad is for me, it's liberating.
Right.
Like I don't have to fake it no. Like you know what I'm saying?
Right. And you gotta ask yourself. Like most of the time in a relationship, you tell that person your secrets, your love, things that have happened to you. So why wouldn't you tell them about things that you want or that you're missing? Because it's a stigma that comes to it. So shatter that so that you can shatter a pelvis. Do something.
Joe said, "Okay, Deacon J, take him to the church, Joe." So yeah, I definitely think that having sex conversations is really, really important. You could, like my husband said, you could talk about everything else under the moon. Right. One of the things you definitely should talk about is sex. It can either that person is willing to please you or they're not. Right. That's how I really see it. And if you love somebody, whoever you're with, you should be able to have that conversation, and they should be able to listen.
And that just tells you where your relationship is. Like if you are doing that side thing and you're just doing your enjoyment or whatever it is, but if you're not having a real conversation about like I don't like that, I like this, or I want this, then your relationship hasn't matured to a level because really there's not going to be a whole lot that you're going to keep to yourself.
Yeah, I mean, and then I guess the other question is you need to ask yourself, rhetorical of course, is how long are you going to fake it?
Right. Right.
Like, I don't know.
Well, I have needs. I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not either. I have needs, and if you can't fulfill those needs, and I don't believe in faking it. Like I have stopped to do in the middle of it. I'm like, okay, we can't do it because you ain't getting it for me, and I did not feel bad.
I don't think nobody asked about your history.
I'm just saying.
Cool.
I'm not ashamed of it. If you ain't pleasing me, I refuse for you to get a nut, and I won't. Period.
Gross.
Anyway, is there anything else you want to add before we stop for tonight?
No, that's it, man. As always, love life and life is love. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I hope y'all enjoyed it. Appreciate the feedback. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep doing what we're doing. And like have some combos today, cuz. That's what it's about.
Yes. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye. Oh, you gotta do our sign, our handshake. Mary rings up. Bye, guys.